She could feel Jacob watching her. She could always feel him watching her. As long as Faith had memories, she had memories of Jacob and those light blue eyes as they followed her wherever she went. Or they had, until their escape from the labs. Until he left 6 years before. Since his return several weeks ago, he was never far from her, though. He hovered over her now, making her feel self-conscious, on edge. She was a liaison of pack security, not an enforcer. She negotiated peace between the packs and carried information from the various informants within the secret Genetics Council members that still existed within America. She wasn't a killer. She wasn't a soldier. Not that she couldn't do her job now. She could do what she had to do. But Jacob's obvious concern that she couldn't do it rankled. They were wolf breeds, created in a lab, raised beneath the cold, unfeeling regard of the scientists, doctors, and soldiers assigned there. Their DNA had been re-engineered at conception, their sex determined, their strength enhanced, their senses altered. She wondered if even the scientists who created them had known what to expect. She knew the soldiers that hunted them now could have no idea what they were walking into. Faith watched the soldiers move silently along the mountain face. She held the automatic rifle close. She watched them with narrow-eyed intent, remembering so many more like them. The soldiers at the labs. Those who held her down as Bainsmith injected her with the drugs that tortured her body, drove her insane with need. The same soldiers who had viciously whipped her brother Aiden weeks before that, for halting their attempt to rape her. Soldiers who had in every way made the pack members' lives hell. They all deserved to die. For the moment, the soldiers weren't moving in her direction, thankfully. There were 2 teams, 6 men in each, scouring the lower point of the mountain. She was reasonably confident they wouldn't find her, but one never knew. She fingered the trigger. They would be so damned easy to take out. She could blow their heads off with 1 bullet, and no one would miss them. They were evil, black-hearted, inhuman, more animal than they claimed she was. She could feel the adrenaline pumping through her system, the rage and anger filling her. They were there to destroy her pack, and she was supposed to have mercy. Have mercy to ensure the approval of a government that had secretly backed the horror of the genetics labs. Have mercy to ensure her own survival. She was rapidly running out of mercy. "You okay, Faith?" Jacob's voice was a soft intrusion in the headset she wore. She breathed in deeply. She fought to still the raging beat of her heart, the hatred that made her want to cover the forest in bullets. Screams resounded in her ears. Memories, dark and brutal, threatened to rise up to swamp her. "Aiden, take her position." "Leave off," she hissed into the mic. "I'm in control, Jacob." Her voice was hard and cold. For a second, she imagined the flare of heat and anger her tone would bring to his eyes. Another hard breath. This wasn't the time to allow the anger to take control of her, to let her emotions surge so dangerously. 3 are breaking off, heading up the mountain, she reported, watching the camouflaged figures closely as they moved through the forest. "Looks like advanced scouts." They couldn't afford to let them get too far up the mountain. The cabins, though well hidden, were not impossible to find. They were out of pack territory, though, so that made it harder to secure their location and their safety. "I have them." Aiden's voice had her lips twisting in anger. Of course, he was closer, but it was the need for violence that spurred her disappointment.